Welcome to the Sloppy Horror Podcast. I am your host and your scary movie companion, Christian Ramey. And back again for another week, clapping them cheeks, the best producer in the whole wide world, Mr. Ozark Mark. Ozark Mark, how's it going? How's your summer? Actually, don't tell me, just lie to me, all right? What's going on, man? How you feeling over there?
I'm feeling good. You know, it's so goddamn hot down here.
That's because it's summer.
Summer, man. You know me, if you know this show, I don't do well in the heat. But it's okay, you know. You put on some shorts, get a little perspiration going, you feel like shit. But we're in the middle of our little summer battle here. We're back here with another banger. And this is the first one. We have not yet, I do not believe, Christian Ramey talked about a movie on this podcast yet that has to do with voodoo.
Running from my magic. Hey, I think, Child's Play.
Well, that's true. Yeah, there is some voodoo.
But this was... Here's the thing with the Skeleton Key, Ozark Mark.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about the Skeleton Key. Sorry, I forgot to say that.
No, it's okay. They heard from the intro. They know. They know.
Skeleton Key.
But the fun part about the Skeleton Key, even though there are parts of this that are like very cliche, like they lean into all the cliche parts of New Orleans. I don't know if somebody from New Orleans would be like, all right, like
that ain't Nolans.
Yeah, they might say that, but it definitely captures all of those. I hope that's real. I hope that's like what the scenery is, but I love it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looked hot, it looked swampy.
I love it.
I was sweating just watching it.
All right, but, you know, we need to give them a little synopsis.
Yes, we do. Please, go. Continue with it.
But before we do, folks, look here. We are a show that loves to be here week after week without being watered down by advertisements or sponsors. That's just not what we like to do. So we figure we can make some bonus content, put it up on a Patreon, and the fans who want some extra content or want a very cheap way to support the show, this is the way how. So you go to patreon.com/sloppyhorror, and you can find a whole nother show there that we do. I mean, and it's not just scary movies. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. So there you go. That's what that is. Now we got all the greetings out the way. Let's do a little synopsis for the Skeleton Key.
Hit me with it, baby.
All right. So the movie starts off at Andy's birthday party, okay? And Woody and the rest of the toys, they're getting kind of like... I almost had you. That's not it. That's Toy Story. Skeleton Key. So we have Kate Hudson, which, first off, swing, all right?
Yeah, I'm into her and the things that she says.
Yeah. She was great and Almost Famous. Love that. So she is
Would you lick her butt?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Then we're on the same page here.
Yeah, that's a part of the greetings. We had to get
She's
that
that
out the way.
different kind of pretty, though. She's just...
she's
not like your stereotypical, like, pretty. She's just gorgeous for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is.
Hard to stop looking at.
Yeah, she's easy on the eyes, you know.
Yes.
I was touching it a little bit when I was watching this movie.
I was about to say, this is the first movie that I think I've masturbated 3 times while watching before rating. So.
Did you rent it from Blockbuster?
This was this morning.
Okay.
This was this morning. Yeah,
okay.
Just on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, I had on
Do you like her better with her hair down or hair up?
I don't. Either way. I mean, you know, I'm a degenerate. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Nice little side boob action in the shower. So props to the director for enhancing that scene in there.
Yeah, I wish I was masturbating because well, hey, first off, this is just a fun premise of a movie. It really is, because she's a hospice nurse, and she wants to be, once again, this is a lesson in horror movies. Remember the Green Inferno? What was their problem? They wanted to do too much. Outside of just being a nice person, holding the door open, maybe putting a couple bucks in the charity pot, they wanted to go above and beyond.
Yeah, it never works out. That's why I don't do it, okay? And if you learn something from these movies, boys and girls, no good deed goes unpunished. So if you don't do good deeds all the fucking time, you won't get punished, and you'll be straight.
Yep. Now, here's what happened. She says, I want to make a difference, because what's happening at this hospital I'm working at is these people die, and the movie starts off, she's taking care of this older gentleman. He dies, And like all the other nurses are just like, yeah, if nobody comes to claim his belongings, just throw them away. Nobody comes to claim them, so she just has to throw them away. She notices there's other people's shit in there. And she kind of got upset by that. Like, you know, the humanitarian came in and she kept his box. And she says, nah, I'm getting a different job where I can make a difference. And I can work one-on-one with one person. So she finds an ad in the newspaper. And she says, okay, I'm going to do this. Her friend's like, I don't know, man. It's out like towards the swamps. Maybe you shouldn't do that. She says, nah, fuck that. I'm going to make a difference. So she goes and finds this guy. His name's Ben. Ben doesn't talk. And they said he had a stroke, but he's like in a wheelchair. And this guy just looks fucking terrified all the time. He just looks so scared all the time. You're like, yo, bro, you all right? And, you know, he's very scared at all moments. And it wasn't a very good first meeting when, you know, Carolyn walks in there. Mrs. Devereaux, the wife to Ben, she's kind of a bitch to her. She's like, nah, I'm leaving. But then this old, the lawyer involved, this lawyer guy, Luke, he was like, look, stay around. They need the help, yada, yada. So she ends up staying, gets the job, and then she starts to find out some weird shit going on with this house. There's some weird stuff in the attic, some weird hoodoo shit. And she starts to get the suspicion that maybe Ben didn't have a stroke. Maybe he's under some kind of weird spell. And maybe his wife, Mrs. Devereaux, has him under that spell. So she finds out that's real. She tries to stop the curse. She tries to end it. And spoiler alert, I mean, it's like what? It's like a 17-year-old movie. I love this about this movie. It just ends and she loses.
Yes. Yes.
She loses.
Yes.
And she gets, the old woman swaps places with her body, and now Kate Hudson is in the old woman's body with, like, you know, in a stroke, and she can't talk, and she's just stuck in that body. And the old woman is now in Kate Hudson's young body. Isn't that great?
That is great. It is great. Because, you know, typically in horror movies, 9 times out of 10, they survive or they get away. Nah, bad guys, evil people win in this situation. It's always refreshing sometimes. It's a great move.
Yeah,
great way to
even
end
my body is or my brain is like, all right, well, she's going to get it right here at the end. Even though I've seen the movie, like, your body wants to feel that. And when it doesn't, you're like, thank you for not. Like,
yes.
Kind of like, it's an interesting feeling that a movie leaves you with, because you're just like, well, fuck everything.
Yeah, so then she also figures out, like, all of it comes together in that last scene when she's staring and she's looking at the old guy's face, and why he's petrified all the time, because it was Ben, the actual lawyer, who's in his body.
Well, Luke,
right?
yeah, Luke is the lawyer.
Luke's the lawyer,
but
the actual Luke is in the old man.
Yes.
And he's fucked. So he's like, it's just at the end of the movie, they're just looking, Ben's like, I fucking tried to tell you this was going to happen, but he couldn't, because they kept giving him remedies, and he couldn't speak. He couldn't relay it.
Yep.
To him.
Kind of almost like Chucky in the sense where they're trying to harvest younger bodies.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. Bro, they should make a Skeleton Key 2 with an older Kate Hudson, because I would rush to see that.
Well,
that would probably be sweet.
It's good.
That's a sequel.
Yeah, it's a different kind of story. Nice little unique little story, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's a sweet story that's very unique to itself, and it's just a standalone horror movie. And that's kind of what I liked about the that time frame, the early 2000s, because we were in high school, but I loved going to the movies, and you could just bank on there being a scary movie there. You could always bank on it, and this is like a prime example of, like, not too much overfunding, not too much over marketing. I don't know. It's underrated. It's really underrated in my opinion, because these are some big time actors in here. Kate Hudson, hello. I mean, that lady that played Mrs. Devereaux, I forget her name, but she was the mom from Hope Floats, and that's kind of a girly movie, but it's it's like one of my favorite girly movies because it's got Sandra Bullock, and that's how I learned how to do my impression of her so good.
Oh man, telling you, that's one thing you can guarantee in life.
Yeah,
there's 3 things: death, taxes, and Christian Ramey's solid Sandra Bullock impression.
Hey, I'm Sandra Bullock. It's me. I was in Speed with Keanu Reeves. See? I mean, I know. Especially audio listeners. They're like, is she in the studio? It's not a big deal. She's not. She's not in the studio. But honestly, that lady's pretty legit too. She was in quite a few movies. I don't know. The casting really worked for this in me. It's just, they used to make scary movies like that, man. And now it has to be like very attached to something they know is going to sell. It's not ironic that a new Ghostbusters comes out, or it's a new Halloween, or it's something that's already existed before. Doubt they're going to take chances on like a new story. Which is sad, because I would watch the hell out of some more voodoo, New Orleans style shit.
Yeah, there's not many of them.
Nah,
at least not that I know of, at least.
I love it.
I love it too.
I like it.
I like it a lot. Tell me when she was about to bust out of the gate with her beetle. like you thought she was going to make it. Like, all right, you know, thought you're going to get it the first time, but no. But then she tries the second time and just loses control and then and then, you know, crashes, of course.
Old dude just gets wrecked.
He got wrecked the first time. I was like, how is he still conscious? Like, that's an old beetle, dude. That's, like, not a soft dashboard whatsoever.
Dude, that had to have hurt.
Like, absolutely. I was watching with my wife. She's like, why didn't she just go straight? I was like, because it was slick out. She lost control. That's, you know, that's the whole purpose of it.
It's a scary movie.
I tell you what, though, this movie does play a lot on the jump scares, too. And this is a great movie to watch with somebody who is activated by those. It's always fun to watch people jump on jump scares. Even if you're a horror fan and they still jump scare you, that's cool, man, because I wish that got me, because that's fun. Like, jump scares are fun, but I don't get them anymore. One, because I know they're coming, and two, I just don't. It takes really something out of nowhere to get me, and it never happens in horror movies because it's set up. Jump scares are set up. You can call out a jump scare.
There's a recipe to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one of 3 recipes to it, and they displayed all 3 of them.
I agree with you 100%, and sometimes it is nice. Even like going to the theaters, because obviously I've discussed this. I'll go by myself sometimes because I just want to see something that day. I want to see it on the Thursday it comes out, but it is fun to go see that, and then you see people, or like go with, or see it at home with regular people who still have that nerve, and and you're like, and you're like, it makes it for you, because it's like, oh, this must be good.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm numb to this. I'm dead inside. This ain't working for me, but if it works, that's cool. It's like nice fun to see somebody else enjoy it for actually what they tried to do when you can't. It's like living through somebody else, I guess.
When this is over, I'm going to show you. There's like a picture. They did a screening for Alien back in the day.
No, I seen that.
And the chestburster scene, and they had a still from it, like of the audience's reaction, and most people were like this, but there was one guy in the back that was like,
just cheesing.
Yeah. It's like, yep, it's true though, man.
It was probably you.
Just like, gnarly. Yeah, that was very funny, man. But it's so true. So true. Everybody just has a different... it would probably be you, too, because I don't think you'd be scared. No, I think you would be
it's a movie.
Oh.
It's a movie. They do a good job. There's some pretty cool camera angles, too, with the key turns.
I like that.
I've noticed that. There's just random shots, too. Like, it's amazing how different angles of a camera shots can make a scene more interesting than what it really is. Okay? So here's an example of something that I've noticed here. So it's when Caroline goes up to the Nolan's house. Like, she's going up for her interview. Okay, so there's a shot of her pulling up to the house, and you go to another angle of her getting out of the car. When she closes the door, they go to an angle of watching it through the rearview mirror, and then they go to a different angle sideways. There's like 6 or 7 different angles to make this scene come alive of her just getting out of a car and walking to a door. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why
it made it more suspenseful. It made it more interesting. So, you know, you got to start noticing these things. Probably your second watch around, most people notice them, but I notice them because I have a brain for that.
That's why you're the producer. That's why you're the producer, Mark. And that's why I like you. Okay? You lay down things that other people would not. And that's why you're here. Because even though sometimes I've heard a lot about these shots, like, I'll read about them. Say the Texas Chainsaw Under the Swing shot. Like, I heard that fact, you know, second hand, third hand. You know, I learned that. You know, I acquired that through someone else. But my eye right away doesn't grab towards that. And sometimes I'm looking at, like, effects, maybe not cameras, how many cameras it takes, and you usually think of that. And that is very interesting, man, because it's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of work for a movie.
Yeah, just the scenes of them, the shots of the key going into the door and turning.
It's good stuff.
It's great stuff. Creates interest of something so it's not so dull.
And I would not say anybody is predicting this ending if you're watching it the first time, because your brain thinks that they're going to get away. You think Kate Hudson's going to win.
Yeah.
It's set up in that nature so much. And this is very much an early 2000s movie. It has the feel, but it's not so far removed where it's unwatchable.
No, of course not.
It's got almost like a little bit of a CSI kind of feel, or like a cop show kind of feel. You know how they go up to that, like...
It's mysterious.
They go up to that nurse that was the nurse there before, and she left, and they were like, hey, why'd you leave? She's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's like... It's like an episode of SVU or some shit. It was just funny. Ozark, Mark, what was your favorite part of this movie?
I don't know, man. There's a couple, but I'll tell you one that really made me laugh, because that's what I go towards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so obviously the spirits are the two original voodoo people.
Yep.
A guy and his wife, okay? And they're black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's obviously who these people are when they started out, and they've been doing this for a while. So when Mrs. Devereaux finally enters Caroline, and then they're both sitting there talking, she goes, it gets hot every time. She said, I told you I wanted a black one. And then Luke comes over and is like, oh, honey, you know the black ones never stay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. They're just like, God damn. It's true.
You know, because, you know, black people don't do spooky stuff. They don't.
Yeah, they're out. They're smarter about it.
They really are, because they're smart. When they hear something that is not supposed to be there, they're like, nope, I know that ain't fucking right. I ain't going near that. Yep. White people are stupid. Like, what's going on here? Let me investigate it.
I heard a noise.
Yes, let me go check it out. Let me go down this dark basement with no flashlight and figure out what this noise is.
The devil is in the basement. Can we get a picture of him?
Can we go down there with a recorder? Let's draw a circle with candles. That's how stupid we are.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny. It's like, oh, the black ones never stay. I was like, God damn. It's funny. I just didn't expect him to say that.
I know, bro. Like,
but I could see it being true. Like, as soon as like a mirror happens or something, and the first fucking that knock at the door upstairs, they'd be like, I ain't fucking with this shit. I could see that 100%.
Yeah, I love the way they laid that attic out. Like, that was very, I don't know, that was fun for me. That was fun for me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You know what part I liked?
What?
When she pushed the old lady off the railing.
Oh, yeah.
And she fell down, like, like down the stairs.
And when she comes back up, like right before she enters them, she's like, child, I believe you done broken my legs. Like, that was creepy as hell, because she'll just stand up with her bubbly, weird-ass legs.
Yeah, dude, I liked the whole spells that were going on. I really enjoyed that.
I thought she was smart. She's like, I got a circle of protection. You can't get to me. She's like, whose circle? Oh, that means just you're safe. You can't leave. She like trapped herself like a dumbass. Caroline did when she drew that circle. She went all out too. She did the
cut her hand.
cut her hand.
I would've poked my
better
finger.
first. Yeah, I would have poked the finger too. You don't need to cut your hand. What's wrong with it? Especially in the palm.
Oh, dude.
Like if you were if you had to draw a substantial certain amount of blood to make a blood circle, Christian Remy, where would you cut? You have to make a cut somewhere. Where are you cutting? I'm not cutting the palm of my hand.
No, bro.
I use the palm of my hand. I'm trying to go somewhere where I don't use that area a lot.
Yeah, bro. That would be horrible.
Where would you cut?
Even if you went hand, like I'm going like the side of the hand, if anything. But I think like a finger, like have you ever poked your finger really bad? You can leak a substantial amount
I
of
would
blood.
just do like the top of the forearm or something, like, you know, something like that.
My eyeball.
Maybe the elbow. How often you cut your elbow?
That's true.
Half the time you don't even know your elbow's scraped when it happens.
But if you just had a razor blade, wherever you're nicking, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Just that.
I would cut between your fingers if I had to cut on you.
You have to do it with paper.
Oh, God. I might die. I'd just rather die. I'd rather get voodooed.
Yep.
Ugh.
I just might, become whatever it is. It's like, can I become something cool? Like, do we get to do our thing? Like, tell me the rules, all right?
Could you ever be a caretaker to an old person?
I don't think so, personally.
Okay, just because, like, there's a couple things I was wondering. Like, one, could you ever wash an old man's in a bathtub?
Nope.
No, I couldn't either. And there's another time where she dropped the soap in the tub, and she never went and grabbed it.
Yep.
There's just weird things there that's confusing to me.
I'm not doing that at all.
I can
Mark.
never bathe an old man.
Yeah.
Ever. I don't know if I could do it. Well, I could. I could probably do it. I can usually zone out my mind and pretty much do almost anything if I really need to.
Yeah,
really push myself to it. But not for $1,000 a week and cleaning an old man.
No.
Bathing him. I would just take him outside in his wheelchair and just spray him with the hose real quick. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
That'd be fucked up. That would be fucked up, Mark. That would be fucked up. I can't believe you just said that.
What?
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit. I like your favorite part of the movie.
Thank you.
We both went for a humor aspect here.
Yes.
All right? People getting messed up, people falling downstairs. This is just great fun. This is just great fun. They even, you know what else they incorporated in this movie? Some jazz, but like, upbeat New Orleans jazz. And they was down there dancing. I liked that. And I don't care if it was corny or not. I enjoyed it.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're out in the middle of New Orleans in the swamps, okay, and you go to a gas station, you pump your gas, you have to go pay for said gas.
Yeah.
After the third hello and nobody's answering, I'm driving away.
I'd leave money.
I wouldn't even leave money.
Well, it's too creepy of a gas station not to, because they're going to kill you.
No. They wouldn't even know.
Oh, bro, see.
They don't got cameras.
I know, but like in a scary movie setting, like, just hypothetically, if it's super creepy, like I'm not going to steal from these people. Here's money on the counter.
That's because you're a pussy.
What? Not the creepy. You don't know what these people are going to do. They could feed you to gators. It could be Leatherface. All right? You don't know. You don't know.
Nah, I would have left after the third hello. I guess there ain't nobody here. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You got good morals, You got a little bit better morals than I do. So congratulations to you.
If it was like a nice neighborhood, though, I would leave.
That's not part of the question. There was no nice neighborhood in the movie.
I know, but they had like bones hanging from the ceiling, bro.
Yeah, they did.
What
does that mean in voodoo, though? I remember they said it meant something.
I don't know.
I forget. There's a lot of voodoo references here. I love what's the substance? Was that bird seed that they put on the ground where they can't cross? What
That
is
was
that?
brick or something.
It was some kind of powder that they couldn't cross. Tell me you weren't cracking up and like when things are getting intense and she just keeps putting lines everywhere. He's getting pissed. I can't get him. He's cross. So funny, like you're intense trying to kill this lady, but you won't cross a red line, which is funny.
Because they believe it, bro.
I believe
I can fly.
Do you think Outkast watched this movie and inspired the song Caroline, Caroline?
It could
Mighty fine, mighty fine. Because Kate Hudson is mighty fine, and her name is Caroline.
Yeah.
Every time they say Caroline, I just in my head, Caroline, Caroline.
That might be where it was from, bro. I think they both came out the same year. Actually, I don't know. Maybe that came out the year before.
What was it? The Roses song? I think that's what that is.
Yes, someone has to, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll get to the bottom
We'll
of
put it in the answer machine later.
I saw a video earlier where a crocodile or an alligator came out of the swamp, and this old guy just hit him in the head with a frying pan, and it ran away. And it was a large frying pan. I was like, what in the fuck? He didn't back up or nothing.
Was it like a frying? Was it a frying pan or like a cast iron?
Like a cast iron skillet.
Oh, that would have hurt.
He hit this gator. I was like, dog, these people are built different. Because if I had a gator come at me, dude, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling when an alligator's coming near you.
Nah, that ain't no dog.
Especially a big one.
Like, even if a dog comes at you all aggressive, he can mess you up. I mean, you gotta be ready to defend yourself. But a gator? He's like 70% mouth. He get you. He get you. So that just adds a whole nother element. So if you're down there in New Orleans with gators, much love. Much love. I really don't want to mess with y'all, because you really could just throw people out. Like, if somebody's like, yeah, we threw his body in the gator pit, like, no one's looking for you.
No. You're Dundee.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's not good at all, Christian Ramey.
Have you ever seen that movie, The Client?
The Client?
Yeah, it's
No.
a good one. But it also has some New Orleans kind of stuff going on.
It's got a good New Orleans feel.
New Orleans. New Orleans.
Do you believe in voodoo?
I don't not believe in it. Like, if somebody was trying to come at me all reckless McTexas with it, I don't know if I'd be cool with it. I'd be like, look, I don't want no problems with you, all right? You just leave me alone.
I put a hex on you.
Yeah, would you, I don't know. Would it freak you out?
Probably. Just because that's like some ancient shit.
Yeah, dude.
I just don't think,
yeah, for
not
sure.
a modernized voodoo person. I'd be like, well, you shut up, because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you're
but
like
if somebody comes from
TikTok.
generations and generations of voodoo running from a magic, no,
Like that old blind lady?
Yeah,
no.
her voodoo's fucking real. Okay, whatever that bitch, If you look like you come from the descendants of voodoo, I am not fucking with your voodoo.
How much to bang that old blind lady?
Oh,
Because she's not going to close her eyes.
You could close yours though.
You got to be face to face, nose to nose.
Yeah, you gotta keep your eyes open too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll just suck because there's no way you're gonna last forever because you're just gonna be scared. You won't be able to finish.
$2 million?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
2 million will do the trick.
Yeah.
Keep our eyes open.
You're scaring me, lady. Could you try to look less scary?
Looking like Tales from the Crypt.
Don't ever disrespect me, lady. Yeah, she was a cool little character, I thought. I appreciated her presence within the movie.
Yeah, she kind of gave you a little bit of answers.
She was kind of scary. I think this would have did the perfect trick. Or, trick. If you were to take your, if you're in high school, whatever age, you take your little girlfriend to see this movie, and you wanted her close to you, this would have did it. This would have did it back in the day, and it still has that charm. That's what Ozark just told us.
It does have that charm.
It does, man. Don't you love that? There's really only a few kind of movies, like humor, comedy, they can make you laugh, and then horror movies, they can invoke a physical response from you. Where you're like,
Yep, and they did it without creepy killers.
Nope. No killers.
Yep, it was just a good story with a little bit of jump scares and freaky people.
Yeah, you did feel her situation. You did kind of feel what was going on. You're like, well, fuck, lady, you kind of got yourself in too deep here.
Yeah, I mean, she did most of the things right, but again, like, you know, you could have left at any time and you would have been fine, and then that's the end of the movie. But anyway, that doesn't make a horror movie, but whatever. I'm curious to know more things about this movie, Christian Ramey. Let's get right into this mother lover. Bang. Hello there. Welcome to the What Do You Know here. This is a segment here where we're here to tell you something that you may or may not know about this movie here. Now, what's going to happen here? We're going to tell you some things that we know. Now, if you don't know what we know, you're about to know what we know, and you're going to have a we know gasm in your noggin. But if you already know what we know, it's just going to be, you know, like, you know, a quickie. You know, it's not as satisfying, but it still gets the job done. So, boom. Why don't... I'm gonna go first here on the What Do You Know here. Is that okay with you? Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. That's great here. So, now, you and me, you know, hey.
Hey, no big deal.
You know, you know, hey, you and me, you know, we're not the biggest fans of CGI. At least too much of it. Okay, too much of it. It cheeses it up. It doesn't look very good on the. It doesn't look very good on the screen. It makes it look cheesy. But I tell you what, here, there's some good CGI in this movie, and you may not have noticed it because I didn't notice it either. Okay, so
tell me more.
So you know the swamp in their backyard.
Yeah, sure.
That was all CGI.
What?
That was all CGI. It looked like a real swamp to me. It looked like a real fucking swamp. Did it not look like... I thought it was a real fucking swamp.
I thought this was real stuff.
It's all CGI because apparently the plantation was filmed inland, where that house was. So, you know, they didn't have a swamp. So they had to make a swamp.
That's some insane shit
That's some insane shit right there. You didn't know that. So that's a CGI. You jump in it, you don't get wet.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of some stuff, you know. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do here?
Now, I heard earlier you're talking about the gas station. It's a scary gas station.
Yeah, it's a little creepy.
There's bones hanging from the ceiling.
Bones? Yeah.
Unlike a wind chime, they're made into a wind chime. I just happen to know what those bones are made from.
Are they made from animals?
Raccoon dicks. Raccoon wieners.
Raccoon
the bones
wieners?
inside raccoon's wieners.
So it's not cartilage?
They got like a bone.
It's an actual bone?
They got bones in their dick.
We don't got bones in our dick, right?
No, we do not. But did you know that there's enough
That would
blood?
hurt.
There's enough blood in your dick. Like there's more blood in your dick than a rabbit.
Yeah.
So if you ever see a rabbit, when you got an erection, there's more blood in it than a rabbit. So just know that. Ah, shit. That's a real.
I got more blood than Bugs Bunny over here.
That sounds like something in a horror movie.
Raccoon wieners. Look at that. Raccoon wieners. Why did they pick raccoon wieners? I don't know.
I don't know neither.
But that's good though. That's great. You know any more facts about this movie here?
Look, I know a couple little, a little fact here.
Okay, hit me with it.
The people who made this movie, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think it was Universal Studios, actually, Universal Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted, you know, Kate Hudson in this movie for real. You know why? Because it was supposed to come out like a year before. They were supposed to start shooting in like 2003.
Yeah.
But they didn't start shooting in 2003 because Kate Hudson got pregnant. And then they says...
Wonder why. Why.
They was doing it.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time.
So they said, don't worry, we'll start filming late 2004. We'll give it one whole year. So they took a whole year and they made the... They said, look, don't worry about it. So that's how dedicated they were to making this movie. So there you go. That was
Wow.
good stuff.
That's great stuff there.
Boom.
Lots of things I did not know. We got CGI, we got raccoon wieners, and, you know, the delay in the taping because somebody was getting it.
Yes.
That's probably why they put raccoon wieners here, because she was horny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Is there any more things on your mind that you want to display for the knowledge of the people here?
No.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay. Well, we're going to go now and send it back to the other people here.
Okay. Mark.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
You shouldn't ever. Lying is bad.
I would feel weird staying in somebody's house that was kind of creepy. And first off, just in general, but like, if I'm taking a shower and I hear footsteps outside of the shower, I'm getting out. Naked. All right?
How else would you get out?
Well, right, but maybe you'd have to swim, or you need swim trunks on, and then like shower shoes, because you got to be ready to throw down like in prison, you know. Maybe just shower shoes, so you got traction. You're ready to throw down at any point in time, all right? You shower with your back to the wall.
Dude, when's the last time that you fell out of the shower? Have you ever fallen out of the shower?
I have. Wow, it's been a while. It was when I lived at that house, 4 years ago. I fell, and I, like, literally fell forward, and my face hit the faucet thing, and, like,
Ooh.
I was seeing stars, bro. Like, I literally busted
Ooh.
my head.
God.
Yeah, that was
I
nuts.
fell out of the shower actually quite recently. For the first time probably in my life, dude. It was like a fucking Three Stooges scene, I swear to God. Because, all right, so sometimes me and my wife, okay, we shower together, okay, you know, because we like to see each other naked. Well, I like to see her naked. I can't speak for her, but I like to see her naked. So, you know, females, what do? They wear a lot of hair products, and that hair product is very conditioning. It's slippery.
Oh, dude.
Okay, it's slippery. And the tub kind of on the side, it kind of goes like inward, right, on the side of the angle, so it's a little slippery when you try to switch positions to get to the water. Okay, most people notice if you ever showered with somebody else. Okay,
You gotta rotate like a microwave.
yeah. So I go on the curtain side and not the wall side. But my heel just slips, and I almost caught myself. But when I caught myself, it slipped again, dude. I just went backward through the curtain, landed on my back. Like, the shower curtain comes down, and, you know, like the pole above it, it bumps me, dude. It lands right on my head. You hear the tongue?
Like Home Alone?
Yeah. Dude, so I'm just wrapped in this shower curtain.
Oh,
Fell on
no.
my ass. It didn't hurt that bad, though. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't face planting or anything like that. Like, I was cool, but, like, damn, I just
Did she
fell
laugh
out of
at you?
Yeah, because, like, she did, and I'm not mad at her for it, because, like, she laughs at people's, like, when people are, like, in pain, like, that triggers her to laugh. So it's like, she's trying not to laugh when she's sitting there, like, but she's also cold at the same time, so she's like, I'm like, okay, I'm more concerned about you right now, because you look in more pain right now than I do.
It's when if you say ow, I'm gonna laugh. Like, if you don't say anything, I'm gonna be like, yo, you alright? But if you say ow, if you're like, ow, fuck, I'm laughing.
It is funny.
I'm laughing.
Pain is funny, and people in pain is funny. Like the funny pain, like when you run into a door or something. Son of a bitch! I only have two. Whenever I hurt myself, I only have two responses. I have son of a bitch and god damn it. Oh, fuck. That's another one, too.
Yep, it's just a good go-to. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of perplexing in this movie when I saw her showering, and I was like, yo, I wouldn't be taking a shower here. Footsteps walking around out there. And
No.
in the middle of the night, you hear crazy shit going on. I'm not getting up to investigate. I'm hitting my vape pen and going back to bed. Just like, nope, I don't care. You ain't catching me around.
Gotta have more of that bird seed or whatever the hell they put down, or brick, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. I'm curious. I'm really curious. I want to get into the rating.
Me too, baby.
Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah! Hey, did you hear that? That means you are in the official Sloppy Horror Podcast rating here. We're going to rate this horror movie as a horror movie, not a movie in general, okay? So, how do we do that, you might ask? Well, we do that on a 10-point scale system with 4 categories. 3 of the categories worth 3 points. Last category's worth 1 point for a total of
10 points altogether.
That is absolutely 100% correct. I mean, you're like that change machine. Like, you put $1 in, you win 4 quarters. You were on it every time, sir.
Just come back correct.
You were just great. You were just fantastic. So,
I've been working on it.
you're doing a good job. You've been working hard lately. Let's go into the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
I'm going to go 2 on casting, I think. I think this is very strong, and I think Kate Hudson's like 1.5 of it. Everybody else is a solid 0.5 point. Not superstar actors. I can't recognize everybody by name, but like that old lady, I know she was in something. You know, she was in Hope Floats. Like, I can point out everybody from those kind of pictures. That guy that played the lawyer guy, I think he's a Skarsgård brother, or like he's one of the Skarsgårds. So, but I don't know everything about them. Like, for example, we did I Know What You Did Last Summer last week. We did that. And, you know, you got Freddie Prinze Jr., Ryan Phillippe, Sarah Michelle Gellar, you know, Jennifer Love Hewitt. There's just people you know. There's people you know. So, I thought everyone did a great job in Skeleton Key, but I'm thinking 2.5.
Okay, so we're going with 2.5 there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2.5 out of 3. 10. 2.5 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the second category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is kills.
Kills. We don't really have any. I mean, we do get those people hanged outside. Right?
Yeah.
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 But nobody really dies. They just get an exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody really dies. You're right.
So,
nobody dies.
So, unfortunately, this is going to have to get a 0. There's no kills.
Well, you just said 2 people got hanged, though. That's a kill. That's technically a kill, right? Are we even counting that? Because that's like a memory. And technically, they didn't die. They're still alive in other people's bodies.
Yeah, it's true. It was like a dramatization, too. It wasn't like a very gory.
Yeah, so that's 0.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go 0.
There's nothing. You have to have something. There's nothing.
Yep.
They don't even kill like a bug or anything.
Nope. No death.
Okay. So we're still at 2.5 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the third and final 3-point category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is fear.
Man, I feel like this could be a 2. There's enough jump scares. It's a creepy premise. Like, if you're really sucked into this, makes sense. Like, this could freak an adult out. Like, especially if you're, like, unfamiliar with any of that stuff. You're just like, oh, hell no. I ain't messing around with those people. Hell no. So, I'd give it a 2. I think that's
Well, I mean, voodoo is a real life thing. Like, people are into voodoo. Like, people have done voodoo. Like, voodoo is a real life practice in this world. So there's kind of
Skeleton Key is
thing.
Yeah, and it's a strong enough story. Like, it's a strong enough story that it can fall on itself in a good way, and I think that builds the fear. Like, it's a very good story. It's not flimsy. It's not just like, whatever. Like, it makes sense, has a good payoff.
Does keep you on the edge of your seat a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it does. Okay, so that's 2 there. So that is 4.5 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the last 1-point category for 0.5 point each, and that is rewatchability. Christian Ramey, is this movie rewatchable?
I'm going to say yeah. For me, it's a yes. I would rewatch this movie. Yes, and I have. So I was actually excited that we got to cover this one because I wanted to rewatch it. Yeah. So I wouldn't say this is in my queue as often as everything else, but I do like to watch it.
Yep, I do too. I think it's very rewatchable. There's definitely some things that you will miss at first, Your second time around, you'll be able to notice different things and probably enjoy the movie a little bit more from things that you missed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely rewatchable. So that is a total of 5.5 out of 10 for Skeleton Key.
I think it's 6.5.
Oh, no.
2.5.
2.5.
4.5. Yeah, you're right. 5.5.
I know how to count.
I was just making sure.
Now I got to redo the graphic. So that is 5.5 out of 10 so far. No, for total. God damn it.
Yeah, out of all.
Yeah, it's there. Okay, you see it. It's 5.5 out of 10. That's a solid score for Skeleton Key for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is a really solid score because, I mean, you aren't. It's not shit your pants scary, but it is a very good watch, a good story, something to keep you on the edge of your seat. And that's a lot of fun. And really, what I'm really curious about, Mark, is your little segment. All right? Let's just go ahead and hit the music.
I missed you, mister.
Mr. Rollsock.
Tell them if they're old enough
How old?
to watch that scary stuff. For the parents who give up.
Wow. Mark, we are back in here, and this is a fun little segment we like to call Ozark Mark's Parental Guidance. And what he does, folks, is a question that we get a lot is, hey, what are some good movies I can watch with my kids, or is this movie a certain movie that I can watch with my kids? So every movie we review, Mark doesn't have a shitload of kids, so I don't think he would want to be the person responsible for getting yelled at by parents for letting them watch something random or crazy. So if there was a kid under Ozark Mark's supervision, what age do you think you would be comfortable letting them watch Skeleton Key?
Probably like 7 or 8, man.
For real?
Yeah. Now, you might not agree with that, but I'm thinking, like, because I'm also taking into a fact of when they're young, they don't understand things the same you do.
Yeah.
They understand scary monsters, creepy, graphic things. They understand that that's scary, but this is more of, what's going on in the story to realize that this scene is scary.
Cerebral.
There's not a lot of scary thing. It's just people fighting in a house, So, and when the intense parts happen, they're not really going to understand it exactly. And I don't think the images of it are still going to scar them, though. You know what I'm saying?
Almost kind of falls in that same category as Misery.
Yes. I think it does, too. So I'll go like 8 or 9. Supervised, of course.
8 or 9. You know what you should start doing for this segment? Like, just have like an image for kids, like 8 kids. Just have 8 kids pop up.
8 kids pop up.
Yeah, like 8 kids.
So I apologize if one of your kids is on the screen right now. I just Googled kids and I put them up there. So there's 8. There you go.
Well, even if it was a cartoon, it doesn't matter, Mark. It doesn't matter.
It's already passed. It already happened.
Oh well, you can make it whatever you want in this whole world.
I already did.
I know.
It's passed. It's been on the screen already.
So if it's 16, there's got to be 16 kids.
Yeah, I hope not. That's a lot of work. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this, but I did it this time because it's only 8.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
8 kids on the screen. Yeah. So there you go. We are in it to win it, baby.
I like that. That was what I was most curious about with this movie, was what you were going to say, what was the age.
It's a hard one, man, but, you got to just factor in because, like, I try to think of things that I understood at that age, and I didn't really understand much. Like, I knew things were there. I don't have seen that movie since I was a kid. Oh, this is actually what it is? This is actually scarier than the last time when I was a kid. So, Kids, they're all over the place. They're in La La Land half the time. They don't have any bills or responsibilities. They're nostalgic. It's like they're on acid all the time. They don't know. They're good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just in La La Land.
Yeah. I miss it too. I miss being that age. But what can you do, Mark? We're old and grumpy, but we still like some movies, and this is one of them. All right, we got 2 movies out of the way in the Summer of Horrors catalog.
Summer of Horrors catalog.
Well, just the Summer of Horrors. Summer of Horrors!
Doop doop.
I mean, I I was picturing Summer of Horrors. Cha-cha-cha-cha. You know, like that, like a...
No, that's not the vibe here, sir.
Okay.
Yes, but we got 2 out of the way. We have 3 to go until we crown a winner.
What's your...
And I'm curious because our rating system rates them as a horror movie, not by the actual movie itself. Because like some of these movies, like just a movie in general, could be 10s, but we're not rating them like that. We're rating them on the horror scale. So, you know, some of these movies I like some of the movies that I like here are getting lower scores than some of the movies I would prefer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how it goes. That's a great system you got going on here. Just puts you in the right direction.
Next week, we're doing Pinocchio with Jonathan Taylor Thomas from the 90s.
That is kind of a creepy movie. Pinocchio's creepy. I never liked Pinocchio.
Nah, he ain't right.
Nah,
He's scary.
Yeah.
He is scary.
That would suck, though, if you every time you lied, something grew on you.
Yeah, because you couldn't even honestly do it. Babe, does this look good on me? Yeah.
I wouldn't pick the nose, though. I'd try to pick something else.
Your dick.
Yeah, but, I mean, you only get, like, 2 good lies before it gets overwhelming, and then nobody wants to use it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, then you got to use, like, 2 hands and shit, and then you'll just be, like, by yourself. You ever see that dude with the overly large penis, like the biggest penis in the world? Like, it's literally the size of a leg.
Yeah, that
Guy lives a horrible life.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
You should pick, like, your teeth.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Or your hair.
Yeah, the hair's a good one, because you can just cut it.
Yeah, man.
What if your eyebrows grow?
You gotta get a haircut every day. Your ass just becomes hairy.
It already is. What's the point?
It just gets worse.
Do you have an hairy ass?
Not really.
No, my ass is hairy as shit.
You know, that's all right.
Like, you ever took a look great. Look in the mirror, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
This is why I don't walk around naked all the time, because I'm a hairy fucking weirdo.
You're a werewolf, man. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You just gotta own it. You gotta, wake up naked some days in the middle of the park.
I remember they bought me, when we lived at that apartment place, like the fancy apartments, they had a pool there, and she bought me like a Speedo kind of thing. Like, it wasn't like a thong Speedo, but it was like a a tight little American flag. And I didn't manscape at all. I just let the hair hang out, so I had like bush hanging out the side. I didn't give a fuck.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. It's not a big deal.
No big deal here.
Not a big deal.
Any final thoughts for you, Christian Ramey? We're going to go into Christian Ramey's final word here before we skedaddle.
Folks, Skeleton Key is criminally underrated. And if you're looking for something to watch this summer, watch it. Get your own opinions. We're just 2 assholes, but, that's what you should do. You should do that. And if you crush through that and you're looking for some more content, you could check out our Patreon at patreon.com/sloppyhorror. And on there, you got all kinds of bonus episodes every week. We have episodes where we just break down some fun stuff with some fun guys.
I know, man. You'll be, go there. You'll be in there like swimwear.
Like Mark's swimwear.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room in that. Let me tell you.
Not a big deal.
Let me tell you.
Not a big deal. Well, I've had fun, Mark, and I think this has been a grand episode. And, punching stuff over here. The competition's getting real. What was last week's score? 6?
Yeah.
That only beat us by half a point?
Holy crap, it did! Wow. This is getting intense.
Yeah.
Making your armpits itch, huh? It's that intense.
What are we camping? Because this is intense, baby. See, I like that there. That's just a fun one. Ooh. Guys, I hope you're being safe out there. I hope you're having a fun summer. And, well, I guess until next week, party on.
Okay, goodbye.
Good night.